Welcome to Bible Conversations. We are excited to share with you thoughts from different ministers across Texas and Oklahoma this year. We hope that you will join us as we read from the book, Make a Change. You can find this book on Amazon in an ebook format or in print, and we hope that you will enjoy this short devotional thought as much as we have. This week's conversation starter comes from the 34th week on honesty. This entry is from August 22nd, and it's by Colin McKee. It is entitled, We Must Be Honest with Ourselves. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, Let me remove the speck from your eye, and look, a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite! First, remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Matthew chapter 7, verses 3 through 5. Do I easily see and focus on the faults of others and fail to see my own? Do I take an honest look at myself? Being honest with myself means measuring myself with a truthful evaluation by the standard of God's Word. It is easy for one to deceive himself and lie to himself and approve whatever he does when his actions blatantly run counter to the teaching of the Master. An alcoholic may deny that he is under the power of alcohol and tell himself that he can handle it, or that he isn't really drinking that much, when it is clear to others that liquor has taken control of his life. One walking in the darkness of sin has his spiritual eyes blinded and may convince himself that his life is acceptable to God when a truthful examination of himself would show that he is under God's condemnation. Having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 18. Walks in darkness and does not know where he is going, because the darkness has blinded his eyes. 1 John chapter 2, verse 11. Why would someone lie to himself or be dishonest with himself about his true condition? The first reason, because it is humbling to admit the truth, and the human spirit is too often filled with pride. He feels that if he doesn't admit it, others will not know. Number two, because the truth exposes his weakness and guilt. Number three, because the truth demands taking responsibility for his condition. Number four, because it hides the consequences of his path of life. Number five, because it gives a false sense of well-being. 3 views should be considered in being honest with oneself. Number 1 is, how do I see myself? The Pharisee in Luke 18 accentuated the faults of the publican, but failed to see that he was a hypocrite and that his prayer was in vain. I tell you, this man, the publican, went down to his house justified rather than the other, the Pharisee. It's from verse 14. No doubt, the Pharisee saw himself as one who was close to God, a defender of his truth and a teacher of righteousness, but he did not have true love for God or others. He should have looked at himself rather than looking askance at the publican. How do others see me? I may look at a photo of myself and think, that doesn't look like me, but others say, that's just like you. Do others see me as a truthful person who is honest in word and action? Would others recommend me as an honest individual who can be trusted in all things? Or would they say, he's fun to be around, but he talks out of both sides of his mouth? Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. From Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. And third, how does God see me? Am I trying to hide sins, making excuses for disobedience, or denying my true condition? The prodigal son confessed, I will arise and go to my father, and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. From Luke chapter 15, verses 18 and 19. Let us all examine ourselves and be truthful about our spiritual state. He who covers sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them will have mercy. Proverbs 28:13.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's Conversation Starter. We appreciate your desire to study God's Word and grow in the admonition and knowledge of the Lord. If you'd like to reach out to us, we have an email, kcocbibleconversations@gmail.com, or look us up on social media on both Facebook and Instagram, simply Bible Conversations. Please check back on Friday for our full episode.